Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Whoa, we shine a light. Yeah, they're loaded like a freight train, flying like an aeroplane, speeding like a space brain. One more time tonight. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Welcome to the jungle. Watch it bring you to your take me down to the very dark city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh, won't you please take me home? I wanna go. I wanna know. Oh, won't you please take me home, baby?
NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com. NoDQ.com. NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Talk Wrestling here on the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, across the Custody Studios, the Simple Man brand, the Jay Hebert side of things, NoDQ.com, back on the Greg Cherry brand on YouTube, of course, the Jeff Meacham Network on YouTube, and the Twitters of NoDQ.com and the Jeff Meacham Network. And for the first time in a very long time, I'm going to try Instagram tonight. You can see up here if you're watching on Everything But Instagram. We had the tag there. There's where you can watch it on Instagram. I don't know how to do live videos, like feed videos into the Instagram feed, so forgive me if it came off a little shitty looking. But, you know, it is what it is. Glad to see everybody here. I hope everybody's doing well on this Independence Day here in the United States. If you're watching over in England, on behalf of all of us traitorous colonials, happy Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what time you're watching. That's if you're in the UK, it's already Wednesday. So happy belated Traitor Day on behalf of all of us evil colonials here in the United States and the 13s, if you will. Walter, good to see you. I saw Ian Joplin in the Instagram chat room. So hello to Ian. Let's see. Walter's here. Happy 4th of July. Thank you, Walter. Same to you, Ryan. Ramjan, things are going well. Hello, Matthew. Happy 4th to you. Joey, hello to you. Josh as well. Mr. Mansfield, the multiverse of the media. Jesus Christ. Here we go. The melter of the multiverse. That shows you how well I'm paying attention today. Matt Helms, hello, good to see you. And Jeff Meacham for president in Oklahoma. Thank you to you as well. And appreciate you watching in Oklahoma. So thank you very much for that. Hello, JC, good to see you. Good to see everybody. The colonials are rather, yes, they are definitely rowdy here in the western part of the empire, aren't they, Mr. Mansfield? Yes, quite so. All right. So you see the chick there at the bottom. I'm going to be a stingy shit. I really am. And I say that. Hello in San Diego as well, Ian. Glad to see you aboard for the ride here. I noticed quite a few of you, if you're watching on NoDQ, and it looks like, let's see how many of you are watching on NoDQ. About half you guys are watching on the NoDQ brand, so we appreciate that. And I have my dinners on the way, so I'll be taking a brief break here. Let's see, probably about another 10 minutes or so to go grab dinner off the porch from my wonderful son. So stand by for that. But I noticed when you guys, you know, watching on NoDQ's accounts, you're always super chatting Aaron during the recaps. So if you guys would like to dictate the flow of the show here, if you will, by all means, just super chat. It can even be $1. Like, it doesn't matter to me how much you guys super chat. I just want to see super chats because I feel that in order to keep the channels going, in order to keep everything production-wise moving across all, for those of you on Instagram, I'm pointing at our logos here on social media, on the Greg Cherry brand, on the Custody Studios, on James's channel, Noah's channel, my channel, JJ's channel. In order to have those things keep going, we got to have funds because that's how capitalism works, right? You need to spend money to make money, but if we don't have it to spend, we got to find a way to have money to spend. So that's why we're asking you guys at home to please donate, super chat, all the things, super stickers, everything. So anyway, let's go ahead. Zach is here. Good to see Zach. Good to see Quansack01, King Mike. JJ is here as well. JJ is watching from the Constantine Studios as they get prepared for their annual 4th of July shenanigans. I love watching. Wish I was there. I'll put it that way. But I am here and I get to do the show, so I appreciate that. And hello to you as well, Ken. Good to see you in the chat room as well. So let's talk about what went on over the weekend, because that was a monumental event in WWE. We did talk about it on Open Mic Night. We also talked about it on NoDQ Review, but I really wanted to give my in-depth thoughts on what went down in London. That's a French reference if you don't understand that. If you do understand that, then you're more than welcome here, folks. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, so Money in the Bank, of course, was a I don't know if it's going to be part of the Big Five, if it is a Big Five show, or if it's just going to be counted among the what do you call it? The just another one of the B shows, although it was more than a B show. Pardon me, I have my traditional Jack and Coke here. Anyway, pull over here so I can actually reach it with my good arm. Yes, one of the best Money in the Bank pay-per-views of all time, without a doubt, Matthew, and also one of the best pay-per-views of this year so far. Yes, I feel it was right on par, and I know we kind of had a little bit of a, what do you call it? Not really an argument, but I got a little bit crapped on, but about talking about that I felt it was that Forbidden Door was a better show, and I don't necessarily stand by that. And Forbidden Door was an amazing outing, but it really was a two-match show. Of course, Ospreay and Omega, and Danielson and Okada. But Money in the Bank, start to bottom, or start to finish, top to bottom. Wow, one sip. It's gonna be one of those shows, I guess. You had Priest winning Money in the Bank. You had Liv and Raquel regaining the tag titles after what seemed to be a shock to the majority of the world of Shayna turning on Ronda and starting that story. An amazing, just an amazing thing. Gunther retaining the Intercontinental Championship with the return of Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes defeating Dominic Mysterio. No surprise there. Under 10 minutes was a surprise for me personally. I thought it would have gone a little bit longer. But, it is what it is, as they say. I did. Amy. John Cena making a surprise appearance. He's over there filming in London right now. I forget what he's filming. JJ, and you looked that up. So if you can, I just hit myself in the chin for no particular reason. If you want to remind me, JJ, what movie he's filming over there, but he popped over to the O2 and kind of riled the crowd up about maybe having WrestleMania in London. I thought that would be interesting. Instagram looks good. I'm glad. Again, it's Instagram was more about the connection thing. Number one. Number two, I'll be perfectly honest with you. It's about testing the metaverse, because every time I go on Facebook, I tend to get copyright pinged for no damn good reason. So irritates me. So Instagram will be my meta output going forward if this sustains well enough, at least for the solo shows, right? Anyway, so John again teased the idea of possibly having a WrestleMania in London, which the crowd majorly popped for. Io Sky became Ms. Money in the Bank. I was all there for that. Seth Rollins retained the World Heavyweight Championship, and the Usos with maybe not the surprise win of the bloodline, but the fact that Roman took the fall, which I honestly think was the way to go. But congratulations to Jey Uso, first man to legitimately pin Roman Reigns in 3.5 years. And he was also, if you recall, the very first person to ever hand Roman Reigns a pinfall loss in the WWE. Part of that Shield versus Every Damn Buddy match back in 2014. And thank you for the $2 super chat from Daniel, one of our faithful subscribers at the Custody Studios. He says, Happy 4th of July to all. Thank you, Daniel. Much appreciated on that front. So where does the WWE go from London? Well, they were in Baltimore last night for Monday Night Raw. They were back at the Performance Center tonight for NXT. NXT just ended. If you're watching on the East Coast feed, if you're waiting for that 8 o'clock West Coast feed, you got about 45 minutes. So stay tuned for that over on USA. Shilling for WWE like I need to. I don't really have to give a shit about those guys. But anyway, So where does WWE go? Interesting to figure out. And reports that Ronda Rousey has given her not notice because it's a little long in advance, but letting WWE know WrestleMania, I'm out of here. That's it. I'm gone. So is the Shayna Baszler rivalry going to extend to WrestleMania? Are we going to see the blow off at SummerSlam? Are we going to see the start of the SummerSlam and it lead to WrestleMania in Philadelphia? One of the fightingest cities in the country. Maybe we see Ronda and Shayna have their big to do at WrestleMania, and maybe Lucha leaves WWE match. Good continuation of that story last night. Shayna came out there and pretty much punked Ronda out. It was pretty interesting to see that. I can't say I didn't enjoy that that sight, to be perfectly honest with you. And again, Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Obviously, on JJ's channel. And again, guys, I appreciate that you're super chatting JJ's channel. And anytime Aaron gets super chat, this is good for Aaron. But please super chat my channel. I know I'm sounding like a freaking, begging, whore or whatever. But goddamn, guys, super chat me too. Goodness gracious. So, I mean, over on Instagram, it says Ronda versus Shayna Baszler and MMA rules match WrestleMania. I'd be okay with that. An MMA style fight, like a fight pit type match. I'd be okay with that. Also, a question on Instagram. Let me restructure. Okay, so he asked a question before about John Cena and Grayson. Let me see here. It appears that we may well get Cena versus Grayson Waller at SummerSlam, but does it make sense for Edge's last match to be against Cena, given the history of those two? I'd be okay with that if the story's there. And you have to remember, Edge also said that he was going to retire or looking to have the show in Toronto, whatever show that was this year, be his swan song. They're going to Toronto, I think, in August. We talked about on open mic night. So why not? With John, it's I'd love to see. I always like to see him and John, do their thing together in the ring. It's always a cool thing to see. But at the same time, I want Edge to have a story, and I don't want John to just come back and have a one-off with Edge. I don't have an interest in that as a fan or as a as a buddy. Lions Den match also would be a good option for Ronda and Shayna. Thank you to the folks in the chat room. So there's always options, always possibilities, and it looks like they are here. So what I'm going to do real quick is run a commercial. We'll do this one. No, I'll just go ahead and run. Jay, for those of you that have not subscribed yet to the Custody Studios channel on YouTube, as far as the members only section, if you're watching anything but Instagram, here's what you can see. Be right back.
The following is a special announcement from J.J. Williams and the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the members-only section of the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. Now, in the coming weeks, months, and years, this is where you will find all of my non-archived wrestling content. What I'm going to try to do is review wrestling DVDs, much in the same vein as you will see my movie reviews over on Renegades Reviews, as well as occasionally discuss the current wrestling product, much like the old school Renegade of Wrestling shows from the early 2010s. This is where you will find all of that content. I'm looking at doing it on Thursdays, as that's usually a dead day here on the channel, with the exception of the Throwback Thursday content that airs on the main Casa D18 Studios side of things. So for $4.99 a month, you guys will get access to all of that wrestling content that'll be coming to you in the coming weeks, months, and years. Those of you that subscribe early, like now, you'll get a few little hot take videos, maybe a surprise secret drop in there. But we're looking to have the content begin going live in July of 2023. First video debuting on July 1st, which is a Saturday, and then every Thursday thereafter. You will get a brand new video here in the members only section of the Casa D18 Studios channel. Again, just $4.99 a month. It's a good way for you to show your love, your support. I hear a lot of you guys whispering and talking about how you would like for me to do more wrestling content. This is the way that you prove it. Show that love, show that support. Subscribe for only $4.99 a month, and you get access to videos nobody else will get access to. I thank you guys for watching this brief video explaining to you what's going to be coming up here in the members only section of the Casa D18 Studios channel over the next coming weeks. And I look forward to your support. Have a great day.
Okay, sorry. It takes a little longer to get the lag off the commercial. So yes, the members section is already live. I just don't have an updated commercial, JJ, so forgive me on that. But over in the members section of the Casa D18 Studios right now, we have JJ has his review of the ill-fated, shall we say, Capital Punishment pay-per-view from 2011. But going up every Thursday in July, he will have his Renegades of Wrestling reviews of the NXT home videos that were released during the black and gold era of NXT, of course. No, it was NXT, damn it, by the shirts. From Secret to Sensation, Greatest Matches Volume 1, the Best of 2017, and Best of TakeOver 2018. If you are a part of the Casa D18 Studios subscription side of things, the members only section, there is a poll in the community right now where you at home can choose your selection for which Money in the Bank ladder match, going back all the way to 2005, WrestleMania 21 to present day, which classic Money in the Bank match you would like JJ and our buddy Noah Foster, the simple man with a spectacular voice, to call on commentary. So you can look out for that over at youtube.com/Casa D18 Studios throughout July. And of course, just subscribe to all these channels. If you're, again, a lot of you are watching on, I realized I just did not put my thing back up here. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Hi. Still on Instagram, still working. I love it. Appreciate that. There you go. Let's see where we're at here. Also on the Casa D18 Studios, all throughout July, JJ is doing his annual showcasing of 31 days in July of Disney animation. Specifically this year, he's doing the ones from the year 2000 to present, the post-Renaissance, if you will. So he started back on Saturday with The Emperor's New Groove, which not one of my favorites, but I know people do enjoy Mr. Spade and his work. So there you go. Atlantis has gone up now. We had, what was yesterday's? I'll think of it in a minute. Oh, what was yesterday's? Shit. Forgot already. I know what up today. It was Lido and Stitch today. Or no, that's tomorrow. No, this is today. Tomorrow is Tarzan and Jane, which was I believe a direct-to-video sequel of the original Tarzan from 1999. So check that out. There we go. JJ is saying the final vote went live today in the members-only section for his the money. That's not the right graphic. Where did it go? There it is. Damn this thing. Final vote went live today in the members-only section. WrestleMania 21 versus the 2014 Money in the Bank, which, of course, was where Seth Rollins became Mr. Money in the Bank. The women's rematch on SmackDown from 2017 and the 2020 men's and women's, which, of course, took place at the same time in the old Titan Tower. So definitely go check that out over at the Casa D18 Studios. You'll be happy you did. If you are a subscriber, please vote. If you are not a subscriber, become a subscriber in the members only section, and definitely check out all the content that JJ has going for him right now at the Casa D18 Studios. Can't recommend all those amazing videos enough from our senior partner, if you will, at the Multiverse of Media. And yeah, it was Hunchback 2. Thank you. Hunchback Round 2, which I had not seen until JJ decided to do these reviews, and I went back and watched it. I thought it was good. I kind of agree with your rating, Jay. So go ahead and check that out, guys, over at they are called The Outcasts, Ken, to answer your question. Tony and Soraya and Ruby Soho. Okay. So as far as Money in the Bank, that's in the history books now. We now look forward to SummerSlam from WWE. We actually look forward to this Friday, coming up on Friday Night SmackDown. And of course, we at the Multiverse of Media will have our exclusive watch along of SmackDown live from Madison Square Garden. That is coming up on Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. And you can also check out the recaps of SmackDown, or a post show in Tatilla's case, from our friends at NoDQ.com and the Rangers of Wrestling. Both will be on Friday night, coming up after what appears to be the Tribal Court, the trial of the Tribal Chief. That's a lot of T's. Tribal Court, the trial of the Tribal Chief. Easy for me to say. Roman Reigns. That's all coming up on SmackDown Friday. So that is what's going on in the main roster. NXT, I thought, did a really good job tonight of continuing along in the process. We had the return of things I'm not going to say because I just realized I'm doing NXT spoilers before 8 o'clock, so I'm going to stop talking now. I forgot. Completely forgot about that. I don't understand. There it goes. God, this thing is lagging like a mucker feather on this computer, so forgive me if I seem a little slow. So SummerSlam is the next major main roster pay-per-view. Of course, we'll be having coverage of NXT's Great American Bash on the members-only section of the Custodian Studios with Noah and JJ on the call. If I'm home, I'll produce it. If I'm not, I'm sure James will. So we shall see how things. You know what? It's one of those. I started to ramble off, started getting into autopilot, JJ, and then went, oh shit, I forgot. People haven't seen NXT yet. Just kind of goof there. I hope we see the Tribal Elders too this week. They talked about that when they were having the original trial. Well, the original plan was that tribute on Raw 30, and instead they did the trial of Sami Zayn. So it never really materialized that we got to see the Tribal Elders. So I think we should, by God. So other than that, there's not a whole lot that has changed since we all last got together here for Talk Wrestling. Schedule changes have occurred, and we'll go over that here momentarily, but I do want to make sure I'm not missing any super chats because I did agree to answer super chats. But I am definitely curious to see how the trial of Roman Reigns works out on Friday night. I mean, Usos are taking him to court. He lost. He shouldn't be the tribal chief anymore in some people's eyes. What do you guys think at home? Should Roman Reigns still be your tribal chief? Should Roman Reigns be the head of that table? Or should it be Jay or Jimmy or even Solo? Should it be somebody else? Maybe Jacob Fatu, although probably not Jacob Fatu because he's causing trouble. So there is that. Why are we? Let's see here. Just looking to see what we got here. Okay. So those of you that are followers of the Custodian Studios, I'm sure you saw that Statboy Mike and Dory Lou were again not on today. They will be back next week in their usual 7 o'clock Eastern 4 Pacific time slot. They were celebrating 4th of July today, so they did not open at the sports bar, but you can check them out on social media. On Twitter, you can find them at Hathaway Lou, at LVStackKid1977. You can't see Mikey's name because of the banner, so give me a second here. There we go. And Dory Lou is at Dory Lou on Instagram, and Mikey is on Instagram now at Statboy13. I don't know why either, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll have our reasons. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Again, I mentioned JJ's doing the Disney reviews all month, so please check those out. Those are, and again, this is me being a company shill. I'm not going to, it's also me being a fan. because these movies in the post-Renaissance, so post-Tarzan from 2000 and out, really don't get a whole lot of love from even the die-hardest of the Disney fans. So I can't tell you guys enough. Go watch these movies. I understand the business really picked up again in the last 10 years or so, but there were some really solid entries. And, you know, Hunchback 2 was good. I hadn't seen it before. Lilo and Stitch is one of my all-time favorite Disney anythings. Tarzan and Jane I haven't seen. I'll watch that tonight before JJ's review goes up tomorrow. So please go check those out. You'll be glad you did. And again, JJ's review of Tarzan and Jane will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. at Disneyland time. If you're in Florida or on the East Coast, at 6 p.m. for you kids out in the East Coast and the area of Walt Disney World. Another member of the Disney line, if you will. So check that out tomorrow. Is this not clicking, or am I just like not realizing it's happening? Can we possibly work today, computer? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry for the Instagram folks. You're going, what is he doing? So that's it. 3 p.m. Disneyland time. Coming up at 4 p.m. Disneyland time, or 7 o'clock Eastern, for those of you guys that are, of the East Coast variety. We will be back on the Greg Cherry Show, which is now fully back in the Multiverse of Media on the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media. And yes, we welcome the fans watching on the Greg Cherry brand tonight. Much, much appreciated for you guys to be back in the fold. I see there's a little bit of everybody watching today. And again, much, much appreciated for everybody watching across the multiverse. So thank you. We'll be on Greg Cherry Show tomorrow at 7 o'clock. He's also going to have a special show on Saturday, apparently, prior to us going live with open mic night. So there is that. Ken, don't be too long. I'm wrapping up already, brother, but that's okay. And also tomorrow, after AEW Dynamite, of course, there'll be recaps of the show on both NoDQ.com and our newest buddy, the Rangers of Wrestling. That'll be after Dynamite, which, of course, takes place at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. So the recaps will be roughly after 10 o'clock, depending on how busy they are. Let me see what JJ is saying in the chat room, because I did want to check that out. Mr. Williams, stuff from Ember's New Groove to Meet the Robinsons doesn't get the love it deserves. I think Prince and the Frog changed the world more or less gets the proper love. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, Lilo and Stitch is an amazing film. Hello, Dylan in the Instagram room. Good to see you, sir. I've always loved Lilo and Stitch, personally, Jerry. But I know a lot of the movies don't. And I only ever saw Meet the Robinsons because of you, JJ. So that's why it gets love from me. The rest of them, again, I gave Ember's New Groove a couple chances. I'm just not a David Spade, and his voice just grates. It bothers me. I'll have to watch the Kronk the Kronk sequel and see if that's any better. Where was I on the plugs? Oh, yeah. So in addition to the recaps of Dynamite tomorrow, our buddy Datilla actually had a recap of Raw. It was her Raw post show. So check that out over on YouTube at Rangers of Wrestling. She talked a lot about the Shayna Baszler Ronda Rousey angle. So check that out. And again, Friday night, SmackDown, of course, will be live at Madison Square Garden. We'll have a watch along 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, and you can catch recaps of the SmackDown on both NoDQ.com and Rangers of Wrestling coming up either immediately after or shortly thereafter SmackDown. Also, programming note. Let me be clear on that. We have actually switched up the days for July's episodes of Dad's Not Always on Wrestling. Instead of having Heatwave, our top 10 Heatwave matches from ECW's Heatwave going up on July 28th, that will be up a week from Friday, July 14th. And then our top 10 solo era Beatles songs, which are songs done by the Beatles in their solo eras. A little bit of a confusing thing, I'm sure. That'll be up at the end of the month, Friday, July 28th. We may be going live with that show, and we'll have a very special guest on that show in the one and only Jerry Williams, JJ's father. So be on the lookout for that episode of Dad's coming up at the end of July when he is back from his stateside. He is back to his side. Also, another programming note for next week, Talk Wrestling will not be here on Tuesday night. It'll be on Thursday and a little bit earlier, 10 o'clock Eastern, not 10:05. fireworks. Here we go. It has begun. And that's due to me being at Disneyland on July 11th in the Talk Wrestling time slot. So next Thursday, hopefully on Instagram too. We'll see how that goes. Thursday night, July 13th, 10 o'clock Eastern Pacific. And then 2 weeks from tonight on July 18th, I can't believe it's a thing, the 16th anniversary of Talk Wrestling. Probably should try to do it on the 16th, but it's a Sunday. So I'm a little busy on a Sunday night. So July 18th in the normal time slot, 10:05 Eastern, 7:05 p.m. Pacific, the 16th anniversary of Talk Wrestling. It's crazy to me that I've been doing this show for 16 years. But there it is. So again, thank you guys very much. It is always appreciated to have you guys watch along. I know I didn't, maybe I put people off with the super chat stuff, but I'm out of work right now, kids, because of the car accident stuff. So it is what it is. I'm kind of stuck doing what I'm doing here for begging for money. So forgive me. Just the way it's going to be for a while. So thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. I appreciate the $2 super chat to the Renegades channel. Until tomorrow night, with everything going on across the multiverse, this is Talk Wrestling. I am Jeff Meacham, and we will see you guys next time.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.